All right, folks. So excited to be here. And I'm thrilled to welcome you to today's session with a very special guest. Manuel Fuentes was one of the first members of the Learn Power BI program, joining back in July 2018. Since then, he's achieved incredible things, building an analytics powerhouse at Labelmaster that's driving transformation across sales, marketing, and supply chain. Today, Manuel will share his journey of scaling Power BI and the impact it's created for his organization, and is joined by Nithi Johnson, who is a key member of the team. And here's the exciting part: Manuel's team has an open position right now. So, this is your chance to join an incredible team and take your skills to the next level. So, stay tuned for that at the end. Manuel will be sharing more information about that. But first, let's dive into Label Master's amazing Power BI journey. So, Manuel, I'll stop my screen share and
Okay.
you can go ahead and share your screen and take us away.
Right, let's do it. Okay, I gotta find the PowerPoint, which is right here. Wow, what an honor to be here. Thank you so much, Avi, for inviting me. And it's been a while, right, that we haven't that we have talked. And
Yeah, this is
you
also
know,
a good catch up. Yeah.
and again, the Power BI journey. I have to preface this because Avi helped us so much, not only from a Power BI perspective, the learnpowerbi.com, but we actually had a day with Avi where he walked us through like a really, really tricky problem that we had. I think it was the new existing lost customer report. We at Labelmaster, we have quite a few customers, and he showed us how to merge, how to get the insights, how to get this working, especially with Power Query and with DAX. It was really, really helpful.
Thanks.
So
Manuel, just a quick thing. If you can click the hide button on that small thing that's showing that, yep, hide.
oh,
Perfect. Looks
perfect.
good. Awesome. Keep
Yeah.
going.
So I'll try to make this relatively quick, maybe in 25 minutes or less. A little bit of, an intro to Label Master. We are legit. We are a company based in Chicago here. Our infrastructure, which will hopefully resonate with you. We have so many different programs and systems, and then some use cases. Where we actually got some great adoption, and then. A little bit of future talk. Who's Label Master? We are a medium sized company, but we help so many companies to basically uh, navigate through the jungle of the ever changing regulations when they ship out dangerous goods like hazmat material. And we have products that support them. So, what are dangerous goods? Oh my gosh, you guys probably remember COVID, and guess what? Hand sanitizer even is a dangerous good. And paint, and I mean, lithium batteries is really dangerous. It can, I have an air cargo background. It can get cargo aircraft down, and that actually happened a few years ago, back in, I think, in Kazakhstan. Little bit of an overview of our products. So you probably see the trucks that are on the highway, or do you say freeway? We have placards, like flip placards, that basically show them what we transport. We have labels, that show you what kind of a dangerous good it is, and we we are needed. It's a very niche industry, but 81% of the Fortune 100 companies, they basically rely on us for our products. So we do labels, placards. You've seen the trucks there with the placarding systems. We also sell books, and can you believe it? People manually have to sift through pages of books to find the regulation. Guess what? They buy a lot of books still, but they should actually buy our DGIS software, because it makes it a lot easier to do that. And then we also have experts who do DG training, consulting, classifications. And we are a pretty innovative company. Obexion is a product that is used for shipping lithium batteries. So every phone, every laptop has a lithium battery. So that's on the small side. On the big side, um, we won the GM's Supplier of the Year award last year and the year before, and this year probably too, because we help with these, with these big ass, EV batteries that they basically ship internationally and ship to every single dealership. And when they have to be replaced, we not only handle the regulations of it, but actually the entire supply chain. So um, we are going places. All right. This is probably a slide for all you data analysts and Power BI experts. Um, that you will probably recognize. So we have so many different systems that are disconnected. To be quite honest with you, and guess what? Power BI helps us to talk to each other, right? So what do we have? We actually ditched Salesforce and use the Microsoft CRM, the Microsoft Dynamics CRM. We call it CE, the customer engagement. We just upgraded to Business Central. That's our ERP system. Then we use Click Dimensions, which is our system for email automation, which is hooked right into Microsoft Dynamics. Of course, customers, they buy on the website. Then we have Google Analytics and Google Ads. And Power BI helps us, with over 30,000 customers and actually over 350,000 contacts these days, to bring it all together. When it comes to the website customer journey, we can, thanks to Nidhi, she did an incredible job. We can now determine who clicked on what email campaign, and then as a result of it, who clicked on what website, and then marry it with the transaction history. And then from a product perspective, and then I'm so sorry, when it comes to enriching our data that we have in the CRM system, we use ZoomInfo. So we can enrich job titles or phone numbers or emails, and then also firmographics for our customers. We are B2B, so for us, we need to know how big is a company or what industries do they serve. And then from a product perspective, we do have quite a bit of products, right? We use a product information system as well. So we are going to focus on Power BI, but I'm so excited that we are also using Power Platform, Power Apps, Power Automate. We have approval processes like pricing approval processes, and Copilot. I mean, it's just a start. Actually, the call before, we talked to our VP of sales, and we were so excited that we were able to show her some of the Copilot for sales use cases, and she's all in now and wants to talk to our IT director to basically get us licenses. We had 2 guinea pigs that used Copilot for sales, and we see tremendous efficiencies. Let's put it this way. All right, so let's talk about Power BI. And how do you get started? I mean, it's all about acceptance, right? So we picked a report that was maybe 7 years ago or 6 years ago or something, that everybody and their brother, from the senior executives to the salespeople looked at. It was basically we called it a daily board, but it was kind of a standard recap of what the company had sold, right? And it hadn't changed in over 30 years, right? It was trusted, stable. What was the goal? Let's replicate this, but let's show the power of Power BI. And I mean, this is how this monster looked like, basically, the sales for all the different product lines that we offer, and, some Excel calculations that needed, it took forever to refresh this report, right? Power BI. So we replicated basically this monster table, so that there was some familiarity, so that the guys were familiar with it, but we enhanced it, right? So I think the first really cool thing was, oh, you can toggle between these metrics. Do you want to look at sales? Do you want to look at standard margin, right? We have something that lets you look at the accumulation. So basically, do you want to look at the month to date, um, accumulated by the month to date, or just flat, right? Um, this simple, bar chart, actually, over time here, um, helped us this year to spot a flaw in our, I think, labels and placards budgeting, because we saw September, the September number was extremely high, and no wonder that we didn't, the budget number, right, was extremely high. No wonder that we weren't that successful, compare. But then, we can compare year over year metrics as well. What I'm super excited about, and I should have probably put in an updated screenshot, is you can use the explain the difference file. So, right here we have an AI. Increase and decrease, and with a mouse click you can basically explain the differences. What are the customers, what are the products, what are the regions, what are the, I mean, you name it. It's pretty cool. What else? The basic functionality of Power BI, you can drill through, right? So you click on, a product line or whatnot, and then you oh yeah, you can get to the sales detail, right? So what was sold, to what customer, what was, I don't know, the margin, for example. I'm a pricing nerd, so to me the margins is really important. uh, and where on a map, this was the hit 6 years ago, right? Like, seeing is believing, right? Oh, we got a map. Yeah, this is, it's all like the adoption. And then what else? You can then obviously uh, drill through transaction details, for example, and get to the 1 million rows that we have in there, without any problem, and then filter the table, for example. Yeah. So I think, Avi, what would be the key takeaways here? Take an ugly report, maybe, and then and convince the organization that there's a better way, right? From a storytelling perspective, maybe.
Yeah, but mate, I mean, that's easier said than done. And I know there's a longer story there. I mean, what I've experienced is that, yeah, the technical part sometimes feels easy. It's the convincing people part. So I'm sure you have stories on that. But yeah.
Yeah. And the beauty with Power BI is, you can also measure the adoption. You know exactly from a usage metrics who looks at what, who even looks at what page. Are they looking on the mobile phone or on the laptop? I mean, even when they look, I think, like our VPs, first thing in the morning on their mobile phone or iPad or whatnot, 6 a.m., 5 a.m., 7 a.m., they make sure, the numbers look okay. And if not, oh gosh, we get emails, what happened, what happened here, what happened there, right? So it's pretty cool. And then, some other folks look at it a little bit later in the day. um Sellers. Oh, how do I even start with this? Sometimes it's hard, especially for maybe some non-technical people, who are used, to the old ways, to Excel, to their Excel reports, and to basically convince them that Power BI, that there is a future, that you can build a report, that can tell the story so much better, that can get you right to the opportunity, that can get you right to the customer to the contact to the phone number. I mean, you name it, whatever is in the CRM system. um, and this customer purchasing dashboard, um, I think this really did it for me. So situation wise, right? We have a lot. Our customers have a lot of locations. In the U.S., North America, and worldwide. And the sales team, they're responsible, to serve these and to find opportunities. What location hasn't bought, or you name it, right?
Hmm.
And with these typical spreadsheets, oh my, it's, I mean, it takes hours to sift through them, right? So let's have a simple, engaging report, where we can see, hey, what location maybe hasn't bought, maybe even use some DEX measures, where some lapsing purchases, and guess what, reach out to them so they can buy again. And this is what I call from data to insight, right? So intuitive opportunity reporting, uh, what customer locations are due to repurchase again, right, based on their past order history. And then you even have periods. I mean, it's a fairly simple DAX measure, but it shows you right here in red, guess what, they are 4 or 2 or 5 or whatnot purchase periods overdue, right? And the beauty now is, you got the customer names, you got the address. um you probably, yeah, you also can get to the contact information, and you can take action, right? uh the sellers can contact the customer, the locations, targeting and marketing. We can reach out and do promotions. And then if you drill through, you want to get to the actual contact and location. It's right here. So this is the location. These are the order placer. Nidhi did a fantastic job to even put a hyperlink in here, so it connects right in our um, dynamic CRM CE system. And they can make their call from the CRM system. It shows you, some trends, and then it also shows you what the key items were that they need to follow up on, right? So I guess the story is, just make it easy, right? Just just show the opportunities. I think, at your fingertips. Avi, anything to add here, or any observations?
Man, I love all of it. I love how practical and goal focused it is. I mean, I love that line that begin with the end in mind, right? See what the customer needs. And I also really like what you said about how people start checking the executive, CEO, this, that,
Hmm.
they start checking in the morning.
Hmm.
And frankly, the worst case scenario in Power BI is, and I've been been there with some organizations, that you build these reports and then you have no idea if they're getting used or not. So man, that would be good news. If people are yelling at me in the morning, I'll be so happy. It's like, hey, there's something wrong with the report. I'll be like, oh, great. So yeah, good signs all over. It's being used. You're building the reports to make them usable. Small things like you pointed out, where Nidhi put a URL in there, it goes a long way in making the reports actionable, because that's what it's all about.
Yeah, and easy. And Nidhi did an awesome job just pulling some more key fields from the CRM, right? For example, the job titles. I mean, wouldn't that be interesting to know who's buying what? And maybe job functions. Is it more like DG experts? Is it more operational people, or is it the procurement people who only care about the best price, right? So. And the beauty is, we can marry all this. And then, this is for my pricing, my pricing nerd ish um, endeavors. So we have a pricing dashboard. I just give you a quick example how we can make better pricing decisions, and to detect some outliers. So, this customer here, Air Liquide, for example, they buy. I know this is a label, right? There's some history or whatnot, and the terms and the tier, for example, like a strategic marketing tier. And here on this very simple scatter plot, you can see just visually where the outliers are. So on the y-axis you have the price, on the x-axis you have the quantity. The red dots mean it's a tier, that hosts like smaller customers or so, who should basically pay, almost close to list price, or almost, a little bit higher price. And then if you see a red dot that is basically, under, under this trend line, or under, all the other dots, then oops, customer price group. So this is a customer, US AMI. I don't even know who this is, but it's a tier 7 customer. A very very small customer. So there's some cleanup potential. And I think we've cleaned this up, because this is a 2020 screenshot. So just make it easy for the pricing nerds, for us, right? And then real quick, maybe the lessons learned, right? So how do you, um, if you were just getting started with Power BI, or you are a Power BI expert, and know all the DAX and Power Query and even M and visualization best practices, you name it. How do you get the buy-in, right, at your company, right? And I put together like some success stories, but also the hurdles that we overcame. So it all starts with understanding your internal customers, right? The requirements, right? What do you want to, what do they want, right? um Unfortunately, you need to find a sponsor. I got lucky enough. My boss, the VP of marketing, basically, and product management, he, I mean, of course, marketers, you know they are, they rely on data.
Mhm.
If you don't know who clicked on what, and who to market what to, and when, and ideally the content, you're lost, right? For us, Power BI worked from an overall integration perspective. I mean, we are a Microsoft shop, and the price point was extremely good. It's $9.99 per month per user. I even heard they're increasing it these days, but
Yeah.
anyways. And then the change management, right? Um, Piece of it, that's probably the most important. Create the safe spots, right? Everybody needs to feel welcome, safe, right? And set adoption goals. So we every year we have a plan on a page for the marketing products and the business analytics department. And we have to get adoption up, for the key reports, and then reach out for help. I mean, I think I mentioned it, right? We had a day with Avi. He was gracious enough to fly out to Chicago to meet us at the Labelmaster office, and solved like 3 4 key reports for us, and really really helped us. I know Nitty hasn't missed you know one summit, right? I think the summit was in San Antonio this year. And I have a funny story. Since we were in Chicago, we're Chicago based. She actually was able to sneak into Microsoft Ignite, a vendor, basically got her there, or got her in. And yeah, she learned a lot again from Copilot. And then yeah, spread the word within your organization. So um, we're having these weekly Power BI lunch and learns every Tuesday, where we talk about best practices, where anyone who creates these Power BI reports, or even Power Apps and Power Automate solutions, can ask a question. So usually we have a lesson for a half hour, and then the last half hour is okay, very practical, right? And I think the overall message is, I mean, if a medium-sized company like us, right, if we can do it, you guys can do it. and that's pretty much it, you know.
Oh, that's awesome. Thanks so much. So, yeah, I mean, it's been such a pleasure to kind of see your journey and you taking the organization on and building this team, getting people like Nidhi on board. So let's talk about the exciting stuff. Tell us a bit about the position that is open, and Nidhi, let's get you on, and I'll definitely be asking you uh, a bit about what you've enjoyed working on this team.
Yeah. So we have a position open. It's a marketing data analytics manager. Um, and, it's integrated into our team, the analytics team, and then also the marketing team. And we're looking for somebody with, who knows their KPIs, right? In terms of marketing, digital marketing. I think I, mm, I think I touched upon it when we had the infrastructure slide, right? To basically marry the web analytics, the Google analytics, the click dimensions, email, look at automation potentials as well, and marry it all together. And Nidhi got us. Oh, she already got us a head start, and so what are we looking for, right? It's right here, data wizardry, right? The Power BI, the Power Query, data visualization best practices, ideally digital marketing expertise,
Yeah.
and some automation savviness, click dimensions, Power Automate, and definitely some AI. How do I say this? Passion, because
Yeah.
we believe Copilot and AI is the future, and we were just at a very interesting conference the Thursday before Thanksgiving, the week before Thanksgiving. It was in Forms at the local university, at DePaul University. Oh my! And AI agents, that's the future. Whoever knows a little bit about AI and AI agents, wow,
Yeah.
repetitive tasks, they can actually be automated, and Copilot Studio, I think, is the future.
Yeah, and of course, hey, I'm gonna make a plug for Power BI. Power BI is still kind of a great gateway because it's what started it all. I mean, we're talking about manual, repetitive tasks.
Yep.
I did a ton of those in Excel till I found Power BI, and of
Yep.
course, yeah. So folks, what I see in this role is two things, which I think is the best position you could be in, which is marrying business with tech. Tech alone, frankly, is not going to give you a career with long legs. But when you marry tech and business, that's a great combination. That's why this is a great role. I mean, you can see the business expertise that Manuel has in marketing. It's really in depth, and he has married that with his tech. So that's what you're immersing into. And what he talked about, like a mid-sized company, for those who have followed my journey, you know that I've gotten really excited working with small businesses. And somebody asked me, what's the definition of a small business? I said, like, what size, And I'm like, dude, for me, it's like no freaking red tape. And that's what I've seen at Labelmaster as well. It's like, hey, so Manuel talked about he has got the sponsorship, so things move fast. They're working on the cutting edge. They're already kind of pushing the envelope with AI and so forth. So that way, you're going to be at a great company as well. So Nidhi, we haven't actually gotten a chance to talk. So I've heard your stories from Manuel, right from when you were kind of recruited. So yeah, I'll turn off the screen so you can just talk. Just would love to hear, and hopefully, I'm not putting you on the spot. Yeah, what
No,
has
not
your
at all.
experience been at Label Master?
Sure. So I'm currently a senior data analyst at Labelmaster, and I've been working here for about 3.5 years. During my time, I've gained extensive knowledge not only in Power BI and Power Automate and the other Power platforms, but a very deep understanding of business operations, how different departments work with each other, and how important it is to collaborate with different departments in order to get big projects implemented. So I work not only with the marketing team, but the sales team, supply chain, you name it. And our analytics team is always, at the forefront of adopting new tools and staying ahead of, the emerging trends. And it allows us to make a huge impact on our company.
Yeah.
And honestly, Labelmaster is such a good place to work at. It encourages the employees to, propose your ideas, your projects, and it does really empower us to make um, a huge change. And the
Hmm.
people are great, and our team is dynamic and supportive. And yeah, we are, looking for another data analyst to join our team so we can expand our bandwidth and, continue driving these success stories at our company.
That's great. And yeah, I like the last part that you said. I mean, frankly, it's a bunch of people that I loved hanging out with when I was a label master. There's a good vibe, good people. I can only imagine, yeah, it must be great working for a team like that.
Yeah.
And that is becoming somewhat rare, unfortunately. I mean, some teams I hear from. So good stuff. So Manuel, we've heard your story. Thank you for sharing that. And you've talked about the open role. Anything else you would like to add in closing?
No, I think that's it. If you know anybody, who wants to work for Label Master, that would be awesome. Um, yeah, and hopefully we can be on next year or so, to talk a little bit about the pricing dashboard, or to talk a little bit about the Power Apps and Power Automate and Power Platform journey. And by then, hopefully, we will have the Copilot for Sales
Hmm.
licenses, because like Nidhi said, we were just on this call with the VP of Sales, and if something makes sense, I mean, she was so excited. She's going to talk to Jason, our IT director, to get the
Yeah,
licenses, because seeing is believing is basically what she said.
perfect.
Our team has a lot of power when it comes to, new tools, because we're at the forefront. We're doing all our research, and then we propose, if we do see a good tool that has potential to drive success or improve efficiencies in different departments, we propose, our ideas and thoughts to the different departments. And we've always seen good success when adopting these new tools. So our team definitely has the power to make, a huge impact at Labelmaster.
So glad to hear. All right, so Manuel, Nidhi, I want you to stay on. I want to chat after the show, but I want to end the stream. Thank everybody who's been watching. So, folks, we'll make sure, of course, you can connect with Manuel on LinkedIn and Nidhi as well. But I'll make sure to get the URL, the link for the open position. That way, folks can apply directly there as well. So, yeah, thanks, and we'll see you on the next live. Take care, folks.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.